Once upon a time, there lived an elderly wife and husband in an old house. The couple had no children and they both felt extremely lonely.
I clean the house, I tidy up, and I make food, and you tend to the trees and flowers in the garden. But once we finish our work and night falls, wouldn't it also be great to have someone else to talk to? Instead, we go to sleep right after we eat. I feel so lonely.
You're so right, my dear. It's as if time stands still. We must find something else to distract us. What do you say?
Yes, my love. We must think of something.
You haven't made cookies in a long time. I've actually been craving them for weeks.
Good idea. Yes, today I'm going to bake a very different type of cookie.
Different? Ha ha! How so? I'm curious. When you finish, we can sit together in the garden, drink tea, and eat the cookies.
The old woman went to the kitchen. She put on the counter the flour, sugar, and oil that she needed to bake the cookies. She added a little ginger from the ginger jar that she kept on the kitchen shelf. Then, after she kneaded all the ingredients together, she began making the cookies.
Ginger is very good for you. It heals people. Let me add some.
She made small balls of dough and placed them on the tray. Finally, she made a large cookie in the shape of a man, placed it on a tray, and put the tray in the oven. While the cookies were in the oven, the wife thought,
When this gingerbread man is baked, I will show it to my husband and surprise him. Then, while we drink our tea, we can place him on an empty chair and chat with him.
She put on her oven mitts and took out the gingerbread man from the oven. Happily, she looked at her masterpiece.
Oh, it's beautiful, but it doesn't have eyebrows, a nose, or a mouth.
She immediately made his eyes out of raisins, his nose out of a hazelnut, and mouth out of a little sweet pepper, and watched in awe.
Once I add the strawberries as the buttons for his shirt, it'll be complete. If only it could come alive.
The instant she added the buttons, her wish came true. The gingerbread man jumped up into the middle of the tray.
Ow! It's so hot in here. I'm going out to the garden.
The old woman was staring in shock.
Oh God! You've heard our prayers. You sent us a wonderful grandson as sweet as a cookie.
She ran straight after him into the garden. But the gingerbread man had no intention of stopping. He kept running around in the garden, laughing out loud.
The gingerbread man is alive. He's going to be our grandson. Don't let him escape. Catch him!
Her husband, who was also in shock, started chasing the cookie as well. Of course, two elderly people couldn't run that fast. The gingerbread man had run quite far ahead, and the old woman couldn't get her voice through to him.
Don't run away, little gingerbread man! We aren't going to eat you. You're going to be our grandson.
As the gingerbread man passed a farm, a cow saw him.
What a delicious smell! I want to eat you. I'm tired of hay. I'll catch you now.
There's no way you can catch me no matter how hard you try. You keep eating your hay, you fat cow.
You rude man. You just wait and see.
The angry cow ran faster and chased after the cookie. The elderly couple and the cow were trying to keep up with the cookie. Passers-by stared in awe and watched them all run, trying to figure out what is going on. What a scene it was!
There's no need to run. I'm faster than you. No one can catch me because I'm made of ginger. I'm full of energy.
The gingerbread man was provoking them to make them angry. Meanwhile, a pig that was up ahead noticed the group running. Then the gingerbread man shouted out to the pig as he passed him by.
Hey, you fat pig! You eat everything! Wouldn't you like to eat me too? I'm very sweet. See if you can catch me!
The pig that heard this insult got very angry and started chasing the gingerbread man.
Is that how it is? Come here, you mischievous cookie.
The old couple and the cow couldn't catch me. You think you're gonna catch me? You can't, because I'm made of ginger. I'm full of energy.
At this point, the gingerbread man was really having fun. He kept looking back at them and burst out laughing to make them angrier. He saw a lazy chicken sitting on top of a fence.
Hello, I'm Gingerbread Man.
Hi. You must be very sweet because there's a crowd chasing you.
You too, Mrs. Chicken?
Yes, I wonder what you taste like.
As if we needed you too. First learn how to fly, and maybe you'll catch me. You're just a non-flying bird. You can't catch me because I'm made of ginger. I'm full of energy.
Gingerbread man kept on running and came across a grazing sheep.
Hey you! Grass hat cotton bag. Catch me!
Come here, you rude cookie! If I catch you, I'm going to eat you in a gulp!
Instead of saying bye-bye, catch me and eat me. Don't say bye-bye, catch me and eat me. Don't say bye-bye, catch me and eat me.
The gingerbread man made it all the way to the end of the road, meaning to the bank of a river. He knew that he couldn't go in the water or else he would melt. While he was thinking of a plan, a fox appeared out of nowhere. The crafty fox was planning to trick him so he could eat him.
I can take you across. Come on, get on my back.
Oh.
Don't be scared. Hurry!
Oh! Ah!
The gingerbread man trusted the fox and jumped on his back. The fox started swimming in the river. Meanwhile, the group that was chasing the gingerbread man reached the bank of the river and watched in awe at the scene. There was a boat tied nearby. The old couple untied the boat and started to row to chase the fox down the river. The old woman knew what the fox was planning to do, so they got as close as possible.
My God, please protect my small gingerbread man.
The fox started his cunning plan.
My dear friend, my back is hurting, so I'm going to sink a little bit more into the water. Come on top of my head so that you don't drown.
The gingerbread man jumped on top of his head, and they continued down the river. The old couple shouted,
Be careful. Hold tight.
Be
This
careful.
fox wants to eat you. Don't be scared.
Hold
Come
tight.
to us.
Don't be scared. Come to us.
The fox realized that his plan had been ruined, so he shook his head and the gingerbread man flew in the air. The fox opened his mouth as he waited for the cookie to fall in his mouth. But the gingerbread man was quick to act and jumped into the boat. But still, he was afraid of the elderly couple.
Don't be scared, gingerbread man. We would never eat you. You are our grandson now. You will be a companion to us.
We now have a grandson with whom we can chat with every night. We won't get bored at all, right, my dear?
Oh, really? Even after I made you chase after me and I said all those rude things to others?
Of course, everyone can make mistakes. The important thing is to accept your mistakes and never repeat them.
Okay, I promise that from now I'll be a very polite gingerbread child. First, I'm going to apologize from all the animals that I insulted.
You'll be good.
They returned home. The gingerbread man was now safe. Together, they lived happily ever after. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, lived a miller who had 3 boys. Before the miller passed away, he divided his possessions among the boys. The oldest son inherited the mill, the middle son the donkey, and the youngest inherited his cat.
Oh!
The small son was very upset at this.
The cat is no use to me. What can I do with him?
Don't be upset. One day you'll understand why I've done this. He's a very clever cat.
Not long after that, the miller passed away, and the 3 brothers received their father's inheritance. The younger son didn't even look at his cat. The cat got very upset when he saw his new master treated him with disdain.
In no time you realize that you received the best inheritance. I will prove it to you. Give me an empty sack, a hat, and a pair of boots.
The youngest brother was very surprised when he heard the cat talk. Since he was incredibly curious, he honored the cat's odd request. The cat set to work right away. He put the hat on his head and wore the boots. He stood in front of the mirror and admired himself.
How wonderful this hat and these boots are. They go well with my long yellow fur and my amazing green eyes. I look just like royalty.
He set to work immediately. He packed fresh lettuce and carrots in a sack and headed to the forest. When he got there, he opened the sack and hid behind a tree. After a short time, a hungry rabbit that was hopping by sniffed the food and went inside the sack. The cat immediately grabbed the sack and held it shut as he ran straight to the palace. There were guards at the entrance of the palace.
Stop right here! Who are you? You cannot enter here.
I'm the servant of Lord Carabas. I need to see the king. I have brought a gift for the king from my majesty.
It wasn't hard to convince the guards to let him in with his shiny boots and stylish hat. They took him before the king. Puss in Boots bowed his head before the king. He then took the rabbit out of the sack.
Your Majesty, I brought you a gift from Lord Carabas, with my respects.
Oh, a rabbit. Thank you very much. You can let your master know that I accept his gift.
Over time, Puss in Boots gave the king many different gifts on behalf of Lord Carabas. The king was intrigued and requested to meet this lord, who had offered him so many gifts. One day, the king, queen and their princess daughter, accompanied by Puss in Boots, set out on the road towards the lord's castle. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Puss in Boots ran ahead of them and went to his master to give him some instructions.
Our king is definitely going to pass by the river. Go to the river and pretend that you're drowning. Shout for help as we pass by. I'm gonna hide your clothes too. What are you planning? What use is all of this to us? Don't be afraid. Just do what I say.
The confused young boy went to the river as the cat instructed and waited for them to arrive. There were a lot of farmers on sides of the road that led to the lord's castle.
The king will pass by here shortly. If he asks who this farm and land belong to, say that they belong to Lord Carabas. Understood? If you don't, the king will get very angry and punish you.
Of course, sir, whatever you wish.
Puss in Boots warned all the farmers he encountered on the road. After doing so, Puss in Boots finally arrived at the castle where a mean giant with magical powers lived. Puss in Boots knocked on his door.
Who is that? Who dares to disturb me?
I'm the servant of Lord Carabas. My lord and the king will soon arrive at your castle. I'd like to go in so I can rest a little if you don't mind. Will you let me inside?
Okay, come on in.
Once inside, the cat started chatting with the giant.
I've heard that you have magical powers, but I don't believe it. Apparently, you can turn into any animal. Is this true?
Of course I can. Why wouldn't you believe it?
For instance, can you turn into a lion?
That's easy. Rawr. There you go. I'm a lion now.
The cat, scared out of his wits, jumped on top of a cupboard.
Okay, wonderful. That was easy. But can you turn into a mouse?
Nothing to it.
What?
The giant turned into a tiny mouse. Puss in Boots caught him immediately and placed him in a small box. He returned to the forest to set the mouse free and headed towards the king.
Welcome, Puss in Boots. Perfect timing. Let's head off.
Just as the king's horse-drawn carriage passed the river, they heard someone shouting.
Help! Help! Help me! Soldiers, go help him! Someone's drowning in the river.
The soldiers ran towards the young boy and fished him out of the water. The boy explained some thieves had stolen his clothes. The soldiers then got some fine clothes from the carriage and dressed him up.
Your Majesty, may I present my master, Lord Carabas? I owe you my life, Your Majesty.
Though the smallest brother didn't understand what was going on, he went along with Puss in Boots.
Here's my beautiful wife, the Queen, and my beloved daughter, the Princess.
Enchanted to meet you, Your Majesty.
Come now, let's go to the castle.
The youngest brother and the princess fell in love at first sight. The princess was a beautiful girl, and the youngest brother, who was pretending to be Lord Carabas, was very handsome. As they continued on the road, the king asked the farmers he came across,
Oh, whose land is this?
Lord Carabas, my king!
Lord Carabas, my king.
Lord Carabas, my king! Lord Carabas, my king!
The king was very pleased with everything he saw.
Young lord, it seems that you are very powerful and loved around here.
Puss in Boots' plan worked out perfectly. When they arrived at the castle, they treated themselves to a wonderful feast. By evening, the youngest brother had become Lord Carabas and had asked the king for his daughter's hand in marriage.
I would like my daughter to have a powerful, wealthy, clever and respectable husband like you. If my daughter accepts, you may have her hand in marriage.
Not long after that, the princess and Lord Carabas got married. They lived happily ever after in their castle. Puss in Boots never left their side.
Oh, Father, now I know what you meant.
Once upon a time, there lived a family of wolves in a faraway jungle. The wolf family was composed of mother, father, and their 3 pups who lived in a comfortable cave. One day, they all went out for a walk, happily talking to one another.
Shh! Hold on. I heard a baby cry.
They all ran towards the spot where they heard the cry. Under a tree among the bushes was a tiny baby trying to crawl.
Oh, this is a human baby. He must be hungry, and that's why he's crying.
Let's take him to the cave right away and feed him.
Father Wolf picked the baby up from his diaper and took him into their cave.
I will raise this baby as if he were one of my own pups. I wonder how he got here. He is so small. Let's name him Mowgli.
Didn't you hear the echoing sounds in the jungle yesterday? I bet they were coming from the village because that treacherous tiger Shere Khan attacked.
But, Shere Khan hates humans. If he finds out that the baby is with us, wouldn't he want to harm us too?
We would never allow such a thing. We also have friends.
We should raise this baby all together.
At that moment, just ahead on top of the rock was Shere Khan's best friend Jacob. He watched everything that was going on, so he immediately went to Shere Khan to tell him what he had heard and seen.
How could this be? He is supposed to be my prey. I will get it back from them.
He roared in anger. He didn't waste time and went to the cave of the wolves.
He is mine!
Come and get him if you think it's that easy.
Mother Wolf Raksha approached Shere Khan furiously that it seemed she had fire from her eyes. Even Shere Khan got scared, so he turned around and walked away.
I will get him back. He is my prey.
10 years passed. Mowgli was raised among all other animals, according to the rules of the jungle. He got along very well with his wolf siblings. They loved one another very much. They always considered Mowgli one of them. The wolf family's friend Baloo the bear, the chief wolf Akela, Bagheera the panther, and the python snake Kaa were all training Mowgli. They taught him the animal language and how to catch fish. Bagheera the panther taught him how to protect himself. Now he was able to defend himself. Mowgli loved his family and didn't even think about living among humans. One day, when he was playing with his friends, Mowgli saw Shere Khan the tiger spying on them. He called out to his friends immediately to warn them. For years, they knew that the tiger had been setting up a plan to get Mowgli back. In the evening, all the friends gathered together. They were planning on throwing the tiger out of the jungle.
We will never give you to the tiger. His threats don't scare us.
I raised you with so much care, Mowgli. The tiger makes me so angry that I could rip his face apart.
I'm too old. I agree with your decision. Young wolves will take my place.
We have been playing together for years. You climbed to really high places where I couldn't even reach to get my honey. I will never leave you.
So together, they came up with a plan to teach Shere Khan a lesson. It was a very tiring day for all of them. Together they lay underneath a tree and fell asleep. Shere Khan was not napping at that time, of course. He watched them as they all slept. He called out to all the wild monkeys of the jungle. He had been planning this for years.
My dear monkey friends, if you bring me Mowgli, you'll have food for life. And what's more, I will also protect you from everything.
That's quite a good offer, so it's done.
While the other animals were asleep, 3 monkeys kidnapped Mowgli and took him to the old ruins. They swung from tree branch to tree branch, so it was very easy for them. When Mowgli's friends woke up and couldn't find him, they thought that he had gone back to his mother's cave to eat. But Mowgli was a very clever boy. When the monkeys were carrying him, swinging him from tree branch to tree branch, Mowgli spoke in bird language and told the birds that he had been kidnapped by the wild monkeys. So the birds gave this message to all his friends. When Baloo and Panther Bagheera heard the news, they called out to all of their friends to come help. Mowgli was tied up to a pillar in the old ruins, and the wild monkeys were jumping up and down around him, waiting for Tiger Shere Khan to arrive. Mowgli's friends soon found him and slowly approached. Bagheera the panther was the first one to attack the monkeys, so they fought back. But they outnumbered the panther, so Baloo jumped in to help. He took them one by one and hurled them. Finally, when the python snake Kaa came, all the monkeys dispersed and climbed the trees as soon as they heard his hissing. Mowgli's friends untied him, and he immediately ran to his wolf mother and father.
Mom, I have to leave this jungle. Shere Khan the tiger will not leave you alone.
His mother was very sad. Mowgli said goodbye in tears to all his family and friends and headed for the village. He took shelter with a family in the village. A woman who lived in a farm and loved children, just like his wolf mother Raksha took him in. In a very short time, he learned the human language and befriended all the children in the village. He told them about all his adventures in the jungle.
You know, I fought a lot of wild monkeys. My siblings in the jungle are wolves.
Enthralled, the children would listen to his stories as if they were fairy tales. One day, Mowgli's wolf siblings came by the village to tell Mowgli what had happened.
Tiger Shere Khan went crazy looking for you everywhere. He asked Mom where you were, but she didn't tell him. So Shere Khan attacked our mother. She's in bad condition.
Mowgli got so angry when he heard this, so he asked all the people in the village for help. Everyone took torches in their hands. Tiger Shere Khan was afraid of fire. People in the village had lost Mowgli many years ago, so they did not want this to happen again. They also wanted peace in their village. So together, they went to face Shere Khan in his lair.
Hey you! Come out! This is enough!
The tiger saw the crowd with torches in their hands and understood what was going to happen to him. He ran and escaped from the back of his lair. The villagers were very happy when they saw him running. Their biggest enemy had left the jungle. Mowgli ran to his mother and hugged her.
Mom, you don't need to be afraid anymore. Shere Khan is out of our lives now. The first thing I need to do is help you heal. I will get you some medicine and food from my mother in the village. I'll be right back.
Everyone gathered. His siblings, Baloo the bear, Bagheera the panther, Akela the chief wolf, Kaa the python, to celebrate their victory.
You are all my family and I can never forget you. I will come to the jungle whenever I miss you. And you can come to the village whenever you want to visit.
Mowgli went back to his life in the village, but Mowgli was always known as the Jungle Boy.
Once upon a time, in a small house there lived a young married couple. They were a very happy couple and were expecting a baby.
I know it's important for our baby to be healthy, but I do hope we have a daughter, my love.
Yes, I would love to have a daughter too. God willing, we'll have a daughter that will look like you.
The day of the birth was getting closer, and the young mother excitedly awaited the birth of her baby. Every day the mother would look out the window and over the high wall and admire her neighbour's garden filled with flowers and fruits. One day she noticed a yellow leaf plant that she had never seen before.
I wonder what the name of that plant is. It smells wonderful. I'm sure it tastes amazing too. I have to eat that plant. I will go straight to my neighbor and ask her.
Without wasting any time, the young mother left the house. But she had no idea that her next-door neighbor was a cruel witch. She knocked on the door, unaware of the danger that awaited her.
Ooh. Hello, neighbor. The yellow plant in your garden smells amazing. I'm pregnant and really craving for it. Is it an edible plant?
Of course. I can give you a little. It tastes incredible and it's really good for humans.
Then it'll be good for my baby too.
Of course, dear neighbour. Especially for expecting mothers. But remember, because it's so valuable, you may only take one.
Everything is going just as I planned. The young woman finished eating the piece she had taken as soon as she got home, but she wanted to eat more.
Bring me more. If I don't eat it, I can't have this baby.
Don't worry. I'll do everything I can to bring you more of that yellow plant.
As night fell and it got dark, the helpless husband climbed over the tall wall and took the plant that his wife wanted. This went on for some time. Every night, the young man secretly entered the garden, but he was uneasy about entering his neighbour's garden without permission. The bad witch had actually grown this plant to set up a trap to them. She knew that her neighbour was expecting a baby and that she would definitely crave for this with its smell. She had her eye on the baby for a long time. She was going to take the baby one way or another. One evening, as the man entered the garden again, the witch caught him red-handed. She now had the appearance of a witch. She was very ugly and was extremely scary looking. The poor man was frightened.
Please forgive me.
My wife is pregnant and she can't stop eating this plant.
I was forced to do this because you said she could only take one.
I know this is wrong, but if she doesn't eat it, I'm afraid that my wife will die.
I'm in a very tough situation.
I'll accept your apology only with one condition. You must give me the baby that is to be born. If not, I'll destroy all of you. The man had to accept this condition. When the time of the birth arrived, a beautiful baby girl was born. The witch went to their house immediately. Her name shall be Rapunzel. You shall raise her until she turns 1. In exactly 1 year, I will come and take her from you. The helpless couple accepted. When Rapunzel turned 1, the witch came and took the crying baby away from her mother and father and locked up the baby in a tower in the middle of the forest. She was going to raise the baby there. Many years passed. Rapunzel was now a beautiful young girl. As she had never cut her hair, it was several meters long. Her hair was golden blonde. She had deep green eyes. Whenever the witch went to the tower, she would call out to her. "My dear blonde-haired girl, I'm here. Let your hair down." Rapunzel would throw her long braid down, and the witch would climb up to the tower using her hair. Rapunzel thought that the witch was her mother. As she had never seen anyone else other than the witch until now, Rapunzel thought that she and her mother were the only ones in this world. She had a wonderful voice. She sang all day long until nightfall. Her voice echoed across the forest, and all the birds would fly to the window to listen to her. Birds were her only friends. One day, a prince was wandering around the forest. When he heard Rapunzel singing, he wondered where this marvelous sound was coming from. As he followed the direction of the sound, he approached the tower and realized the voice was coming from there.
I must meet the girl with this amazing voice. I wonder how I can go up this tower.
As he desperately walked round and round the tower, he suddenly saw a witch calling to the top of the tower. He hid behind a tree at once and watched.
My dear blonde-haired girl, I'm here. Let your hair down.
Rapunzel let down her braided hair, and the witch climbed up to the tower.
I found how to go up the tower.
Having waited for the witch to leave, the prince now called out to the tower, impersonating the voice of the witch.
My girl, please let down your beautiful blonde hair again. I forgot something up there.
I'm letting it down right away, Mother.
With one swift move, she let down her hair again. The prince climbed up the tower using her hair and met Rapunzel. It was the first time in her life that the beautiful girl was seeing another person.
Ah! Who are you? Why are you here? Where is my mother?
There's no need to be afraid. I'm the prince of this country. Your wonderful voice brought me here. To come up here, I had to impersonate your mother's voice.
Rapunzel, who at first was very frightened, slowly realized that he wasn't a bad person. The prince was already charmed by her beauty. Days and months passed by. The prince was coming to the tower every day. When they spent time together, they didn't realize how fast the time passed. Then, he finally proposed to Rapunzel.
Rapunzel, I want to live with you for the rest of my life. Will you marry me?
Of course I'll marry you.
I must now return to the palace. I will try and find a solution to get you out of here at once.
Rapunzel was very excited that she would finally see the outside world once she married the prince. She was so bored of living alone in the tower for all those years. He held Rapunzel's hair and headed down the tower. Unfortunately, the witch was there too and saw the prince. She immediately understood what was going on. She raged with anger. As Rapunzel was pulling her hair back up again, the witch held onto it and climbed up. She was so annoyed and furious.
What's going on? Who's that just left? I've been hiding you up here to protect you from evil, but you've been talking to strangers and making friends with them.
He's the prince of this country. He asked for my hand in marriage, and I accepted. I'm so happy, Mother. I was waiting for you to come and tell you all about it.
What? What nonsense is this? I'll show you.
The witch was so angry that with a pair of scissors, she cut Rapunzel's long hair short as can be. And with her magic, she then sent her to a very faraway country. When the prince arrived at the tower the next day, he had no idea that the witch was waiting for him in the tower.
Hi, Rapunzel! I'm here! Let down your hair, please!
The witch let down the long braid that she had cut from Rapunzel's hair. When the prince reached the window of the tower, the witch was there to meet him. He was terrified the moment he saw her.
What a surprise, huh? You thought you were going to be able to take my girl away who I've hidden for years?
As the witch let go of the braid, the terrified prince found himself on the floor. He fell on top of the bushes, but since he hit his head, he was blinded. Rapunzel was ever present in the prince's mind. So mounted on his horse, he searched for her everywhere. He swore that even if he had to go to the end of the world, he would find her. He searched and searched and searched for a very long time. Finally, one day, he heard a song. The voice was familiar to him.
Ah, this This is Rapunzel's voice. I finally found her.
Galloping on his horse, he headed straight towards the sweet voice. He came to the door of the house Rapunzel was staying in.
Rapunzel, I'm here. Open the door.
I can't believe it. Is it really you?
As Rapunzel opened the door, she cried when she saw the prince. She cried so much that her tears fell on the prince's face as he was kneeling. Her tears were miraculous, joyful tears. Suddenly, the blind prince opened his eyes. They hugged each other joyfully and celebrated this miracle. The prince was finally able to propose officially. They returned to the palace and started preparing for the wedding. Upon their return, Rapunzel and the prince looked for her real parents so they could share their news. They were incredibly happy to be reunited with their daughter after all these years. They had a beautiful wedding and they all lived happily ever after.
Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a beautiful queen and a handsome king. The queen was not only beautiful, but she was kind and generous. Her people loved her dearly. She always helped people and wanted her country to always be in abundance. The queen always longed to have a daughter. One day, as she sat embroidering by the window, she daydreamed of her future daughter. In a daze, she accidentally pricked her finger with her embroidery needle. The blood from her finger dripped onto the white fabric she was embroidering. At that very moment, a shooting star crossed the sky. The queen made a wish.
Dear God, please send me a daughter. Let her be so beautiful that everyone admires her. Let her have pink cheeks, black hair like mine, her lips as red as this drop of blood, her eyes as bright as diamonds, and her skin as white as this very cloth. She should always smell like the flowers in my garden. Let her teeth be as white as the pearls on my neck.
A short time after that, her wish came true, and she shared the good news with the king and announced that they were expecting a baby.
My queen, wish what you will from me. I'll get you the most wonderful gift.
My health is not as good as it used to be. What I ask of you is to protect our child from all evil. Please promise me that you'll protect her. There's nothing more I wish for.
When the time came, the queen gave birth to a very beautiful girl. Just as she had wished for, her daughter had black hair, red lips, bright eyes, skin as white as snow, and smelled like flowers. They named her Snow White because of the whiteness of her skin. Soon after, the queen's health deteriorated and she passed away. The young king was very sad. While he mourned his beloved wife, he also tried to raise Snow White as best he could. When Snow White turned 5, a big ball was organised at the palace. The king was celebrating his daughter's birthday and also choosing a new queen. At the ball, there was a beautiful woman who had magical powers. She used these powers to dance with the king and cast a spell on him and married the king and became the queen. Snow White's stepmother was a very beautiful woman, but she was also vain, cruel, and evil. From the day she arrived at the palace, she despised Snow White. She saw her as her rival. The queen also had a magic mirror. She always consulted the mirror about the future and would ask,
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
My dear queen, it's you. You're the most beautiful woman in the world.
And so, time passed by. Snow White became a very beautiful young girl. Those who saw her could not look away. As she strolled in the palace gardens, the wind that brushed her hair would spread her flowery scent. Birds and butterflies would always follow her around, and her voice was so heavenly that when she sang, birds in the gardens would go silent and listen to her. One day, the Queen asked her mirror,
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
My queen, you are very beautiful, but the most beautiful girl is Snow White.
The jealous and cruel Queen got so angry that she hurled the bottle in her hand at the magical mirror.
How is that possible? No one's more beautiful than me. Summon the princess at once.
Meanwhile, she had locked up the king in the palace dungeon and told everyone that he was away working for his people. She also summoned the palace hunter and gave him strict orders.
I want you to kill Snow White and bring her heart to me as proof.
Snow White, who had no idea of her fate, came to see the evil queen.
Dear Snow White, you haven't been out for days. You must be bored inside the castle. I'd like you to bring me some strawberries from the forest. This way you'll be able to get some fresh air. You'll have a good time, don't worry. I'll send you my trustworthy hunter with you.
As the princess picked strawberries with the hunter, they got deep into the forest. The poor hunter was very sad.
How can I harm someone with such a good heart and such beauty? There must be another way.
The hunter couldn't bring himself to kill her. They sat under a tree and he told her about the queen's evil plan.
My princess, please go far away. If the queen finds out what I've done, she will kill both of us.
He immediately hunted an animal and brought its heart to the queen. The princess spent the night under that tree. She was so scared. At dawn, she went on her journey. After a long walk, she reached a small house and went inside. She looked around in amazement.
What is this place? Everything is so small and there's 7 of everything. 7 small chairs, 7 pairs of forks and spoons.
Since she was so hungry, she made soup with the ingredients she found in the house. She ate and went upstairs. And then she fell asleep in one of the small beds. At night, the house owners returning from the mine were actually the 7 dwarfs. Their names were Doc, Dopey, Happy, Grumpy, Sneezy, Bashful, and Sleepy.
Hey, what's this? It smells like delicious soup.
No! It's like someone entered the house.
Come! Look! There's a girl sleeping here!
The commotion woke up Snow White. She was scared when she first saw them. She then told them everything that happened to her.
My name is Snow White. I don't mean any harm. I don't have a place to go. That's why I took shelter here. Please, let me stay.
Of course, Princess. We are not going to let you stay alone in a forest. Don't worry.
You are our first guest who makes such delicious soup.
Time passed by. Days and weeks. Snow White and the 7 dwarfs were laughing, having fun together, and living a peaceful life. Meanwhile, the evil queen, not knowing that Snow White was still alive, asked the mirror again.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
My queen, you're beautiful, but Snow White, who lives with the Seven Dwarfs, is more beautiful.
Ah! How's this possible? The hunter must have lied to me. First, I will get rid of Snow White, and then I will teach the hunter a lesson.
She immediately worked on an evil plan. She poisoned an apple and disguised herself as an old woman to trick Snow White.
Hello? Anybody home? I'm so hungry and I ran out of food.
The Seven Dwarfs had warned Snow White to not open the door to anyone. But Snow White felt sorry for the old woman that came to her door, and so let her in without a doubt.
Please come in. Welcome. Thanks, my child. I got so tired and hungry in the forest. Do you have something to eat? Yes, of course. I have some soup.
After finishing her soup, the evil queen, disguised as the old woman, offered the poisoned apple to Snow White. The princess took a bite and fell on the floor, falling asleep. The old woman turned back into the evil queen and happily went back to her palace. When the Seven Dwarfs who came back from the mine in the evening saw her laying on the floor, they thought that she had died and so were very sad.
We should make her eternal sleep comfortable. Let's make a nice bed for her.
A handsome prince who was walking through the forest heard the Seven Dwarfs crying. He got curious and approached them.
Oh my, what's going on here?
He was very surprised when he looked to see who was laying in the crystal bed surrounded by flowers. She was the girl who had been in his dreams for days. The smell of her hair was still all over the forest.
Who is this beautiful girl?
Her name is Snow White. We haven't been able to wake her up.
They told the prince everything that had happened. The prince lifted the crystal cover to give a farewell kiss to the girl of his dreams. He kissed her on the cheek. At that moment, something unexpected happened. The spell broke and a miracle occurred. Snow White opened her eyes and got up in bed. The Seven Dwarfs and the prince were very happy.
You are the girl of my dreams, Snow White. This is the best day of my life. Will you marry me?
First, I need to find my father and tell him about everything that happened, and also get his blessing.
They went back to the palace and got the king out of the dungeon. The evil queen fled in fear. The prince and Snow White got married and lived happily ever after.